Listen, what's going on, world? Look here. Welcome to another episode, Fly Trap. Yes, we're here. The last day of the month of May, the best month in the calendar year. It is Gemini season, and for that reason, it smells like pee outside.
Oh no! Oh no!
I said it, and I'm going to stick with it. Yes, it smells like pee outside because it's Gemini season. But what's going, Ike? What's the word, man? How you feeling, man?
Well, hey, I was born in the month of June, so I don't know. I'm
Are you a Gemini? You're a Gemini.
Hey, I'm not really big in astrology, but I see some correlations. Yeah, I'm.
Well, it smells like pee out there, except for on the day that you came in to this world.
Yeah, the 10th. Yeah, the 10th.
Oh yeah. You won. I was like, okay, I'm a hold my tongue on it. It smells like mothballs then. Man, but listen, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Fly Trap, and we thank you once again for being a part and joining the conversation. Today, we're going to be chewing the fat, and so there are a lot of things are going to come out as far as the conversation between the fly one and the trap, and listen, and I'm going to take it low. He's going to take it high. We are going to get a good laugh out of this, man. But listen, today is understanding knowledge born in the culture. So, Isaac, the fly one, sir. What's popping in the culture?
This is one of the few times, my signature, if the culture's on fire, which it is, the culture is on fire. Usually wear a hat. Not feeling as hatty tonight, so I didn't wear a hat. But the culture is on fire. Man, where do I start?
I got some good ones, man. I got some good ones. I got some good ones. I got a good one.
Well, let me start here.
All right.
Should men? See, Ralph, we got to reset the market. We got to reset the table. We got to reset the standards for masculinity. I think that's one of the things that you and I could do if the people will listen.
Hold on, wait a minute. Keep going. I look like I'm gonna have to get my sound bites together.
Yeah, because
as Ralph, you can see, I'm in another studio today.
Yeah, love it. Looks great. I'm concerned because should men kiss and tell? Should men kiss?
Somebody done told you wrong, huh?
Yeah, you shouldn't kiss and tell. Somebody done told you wrong. Men shouldn't kiss and tell. I was disappointed when allegedly, let's clarify it that way, Bobby Brown kissed and told years later, although it's been decades later. He said he was with Madonna, he was with Janet Jackson, she was his crush. And Ralph, as young men, we all had a crush, teenagers. Ralph, who was you told us who your crush was.
The lunch lady?
Yeah, look at him, y'all.
Listen, man. Everybody knows my crush. My first crush was Lisa from Coat Jam.
Ooh.
Lisa, and I did not know that she was what is she, Puerto Rican? Yeah. I just thought she was a light-skinned woman, and I did not know. I did not know that until later on in life, man. That she was of Hispanic or what have you, and she was my first one. Then it was Janet Jackson. Then it was that Kim Fields?
Yeah.
Basically all the ones you see on TV. But you had a lot of them that was in the neighborhood, people that you can actually touch, but the ones that were on the videos and the big screen, she was one of them. Jasmine Guy. Yeah.
Jasmine Guy.
Yeah, Jasmine Guy. You
Holly Berry.
You're beginning to see the pattern,
I see the pattern.
Ralph, all the crazy ones, what have you. So allegedly, all the crazy ones.
Allegedly. Man, I shuffle at the thought of whom I've don't judge me. My first crush, Wonder Woman.
Yeah, man. Wonder Woman. Yeah, like we broke it down on another show. Wonder Woman. You did not know that she was of Mexican descent.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we broke the internet that day when we revealed that.
Yeah.
But it was your former Miss America?
Former Miss America.
Yeah, man.
Didn't she go on to become the Bionic Woman?
No, that wasn't her. I think she may have played in that show, or maybe did the pilot, but no, she
Did
was
the
not.
pilot? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But Wonder Woman, man.
Wonder Woman.
What is her real name?
Is it Linda Carter?
Linda Carter.
Yep. Linda Carter. Linda.
Doom, 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 doom. Wonder Woman.
Nothing for Jackie to worry about, but Linda Carter still got it going on.
Yeah, she went what, 80 years old right now?
Yeah, she still got it going on.
Look her up on Wikipedia.
Linda Carter, man. So we all, but Ralph, the point is, men and women,
70 years old.
70. Fine at 70. Only I can.
Oh, you know, Isaac, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that. Should you kiss and tell? I was recently having a conversation with a friend of mine.
Okay.
And he revealed, you know how you just have me, guy talk or what have me. It's like, man, old girl, you say, old girl, yeah, old girl, man, she's fine, man. What's up? You say, what's up with her? You just having a, guy talk or what have me. Right. Man, when he spilled the beans, I was like, oh my goodness, it's like, he started, talking about she was one of the roundaway, girls or what have you, and giving up the list, giving up the list and everything. I was like, oh man, that's really. And it changed the entire mood of the conversation, because of that, man. So, guys talking is for the betterment of other guys. Say, man, that's not a good look. Your coattail is showing. Back off, back down. Cold.
We know women talk. We know women. Oh, yeah. They say men talk just as much as women. I don't know if I believe that, but I don't know, Ralph. We shouldn't kiss and tell. Like we shouldn't kiss. I mean, Bobby went into details that he would have been with Janet, but Joe ran him off.
I can see that. Well, what I'm saying, but that was nothing new. That was when that in the New Edition movie.
That's true. I thought
it was in the New Edition movie. I don't think it was in that much detail, but my memory escapes me right now. But
right.
But yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, he talked about Madonna. He said it was off the chain with Madonna. So
Dennis Rodman said the same thing. It's like Dennis Rodman revealed that she wanted to pay him $20 million for his seed, but to have a child, by him. $20 million.
Wow. Man.
Some of us, a lot of us watching the show and in the culture are giving it up for free, not even valuing their seed as we go into Father's Day month. I think the state of South Carolina is going to make June the entire month Father's Day month.
Really?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the rally at the State House tomorrow. So
man, that would be awesome. Right?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Props to Dad. So with that being said, y'all make sure y'all here's a few things when it comes to Father's Day. Here, this is my take.
Okay,
ladies, do not group text all the guys and tell them Happy Father's Day. Don't do that. Don't group text. You might reveal something of yourself if you include all your guy friends and whoever's in that group text, telling everybody Happy Father's Day. Don't do that. And then number 2, make sure you put some thought into the gift that you're giving, the fathers. Go beyond socks. Although we do need socks because we will, it's about time to get some new socks because we're probably worn out the socks we had, last year or what have you. T-shirts, that's a given, but
neckties.
Yeah, neckties. We got plenty of those. Go out, get outside the box.
Please
treat Dad like real special or whatever.
Right.
No, be creative. Be creative. Don't be a hater.
Right.
What people don't realize about dads, Isaac.
What's that?
Before I say this, I'm going to go low. I'm going to go low on this.
Oh Lord.
So please excuse the children, from the room when we talk about this right here. All right, here we go. If it wasn't, dads determine whether or not you're a boy or a girl, right or wrong.
Right, yep. You are.
Yeah, we carry the X and Y chromosome, boy or girl, and they say we like sex, more than women. So we could have put you in anybody out there, but decided to stick with your mom and create you.
That's right.
Then on top of that, some guys are so horny that or always in the mood. So you could have been in a, paper towel or something. So listen, so treat your dad, treat your, then you have women say, hey, I've carried you for X amount of months or whatever, 9 months. Just think how hard it is for dads to carry you. Could have dropped you anywhere. So hey, treat dad right, for this Father's Day. I say that jokingly, but for real though, put some thought into into Father's Day. Then on top of that, Father's Day falls on Juneteenth.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That weekend, what, the 18th,
that weekend.
19th?
So we get, so some of us get that Sunday and we get that Monday off, national holiday, Juneteenth.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Awesome.
But going back to your topic, should men kiss and tell? Nah,
no.
Ultimately, I'm going to say no. You gotta take that one to the grave, man.
Yes.
Because you never know, it may backfire and they'll be like, Sween, is that your girl? Is that the one you was like? And you look in there, nah, man, you didn't like you be about to kill somebody, arguing over somebody, fell off that you said you don't been with or whatever.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nah. Plus, it's not decorum. Plus, some of the stuff you said it, Ralph. You ought to take to the grave. Some things that shouldn't be said. You could open Pandora's box. Oh, I didn't know you was with that person. I didn't know you. Was
like I said, oh girl, she's married. She done moved on, got children, and here you are talking about past events, man. Like let it go,
something
man.
That happened as a
live
teenager.
Your life, man.
Something that happened as a teenager, Ralph. So I think Bobby's reminiscing,
celebrating the notch on your belt, man. It's like, come on, man.
Ralph,
now, what I'm saying, like you might tell one of us, but to reveal that to millions of people who may have watched the who's going to watch the show,
right,
or watch the interview or whatever, like, man, come on, man, keep it, you ain't got to do that.
Nah, you ain't got to.
We know you. We know you got a lot of bodies. You're a star or whatever. So, but listen, Isaac. I'm glad you brought that up, man. But now imagine you're dating one of the hottest girls, woman, one of the hottest women on the block.
Okay. She
leaves you and goes to her ex-boyfriend. Whew. And an ex-boyfriend, they get engaged.
Okay.
Before leaving you, she don't met your kids. The kids like you and everything. You don't put in some time, put in some years, and she goes off to be with somebody and get engaged to somebody else. Now we're talking about no other than Jennifer. What is that? Jennifer Lopez, J-Lo.
Okay, J-Lo.
Ben Affleck.
Jenny from the block.
Now. Of course, she's, now engaged to Ben Affleck. But at the same time, last week, Alex A-Rod,
yeah,
debuted or allegedly was seen with his new girlfriend.
Okay.
Now, A-Rod is in his mid-40s, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, J-Lo is much older than him. I think A-Rod is what, 44, 46?
Yeah, 46.
But he does look old, so he needs to start taking care of himself. But he goes to the NBA Finals, game or what have you, Miami versus Boston.
Right.
And allegedly, his girlfriend is seen with him at the game.
Right.
Guess how old she is, man.
How old is she? I would 32.
He's getting ready to go up on the Mount Rushmore with ASAP Rocky, man.
How old is
25 years old. 25. She's a model, she's in heavy into fitness, so she's taking care of herself.
Okay.
25 years old. Now,
right.
would you rather be with J-Lo or this up and coming superstar?
Well, Ralph, I've been in the same relationship for 32 years, so
all right, I'm
been married.
Now I'm about to take you off the screen so I can just give my commentary on this.
Yeah, give your commentary. You know how they say in church, just look straight ahead.
Just straight ahead, man. But she appeared at the game in all white, looking very nice. And of course, when you're high profile like that, the internet is a buzz, and they start looking you up or what have you. That's what I did. It's like, well, let me check her out or whatever.
Okay.
In the fitness, doing her thing, man. And A-Rod, if you're gonna go, you go like that. I don't know. She may have been, just been his partner and showed up at the game or whatever. But if she is his quote unquote, can you have girlfriends at an older age? As you get older and you're in your 40s, can you have a girlfriend?
No. I guess so. I mean,
it just don't sound right. Like, that's my girlfriend.
All right, yeah.
And you darn near 50 years old. Like, who is she? That's my girlfriend. Like, that's my old lady. That's my main squeeze. That's my woman. How do you say that? We go together. Would you rather be somebody's boyfriend, girlfriend, or just tell everybody y'all go together?
We go together.
Or that's my fiance, that's my husband. How do you put that out there? Whatever. What say you, Fly Trap fam? Can you say girlfriend and boyfriend when you're in your 40s, close to 50?
What stage is that?
When do you drop that?
When do you drop that?
My girl toy, my boy toy. It was like,
yeah.
But anyway, man,
older people say significant
25-year-old young thing. It reminds me of that Prince song, Hot Thing, barely 21.
Barely 21.
Looking for some fun. But
you think he was trying to make a statement? He's of course with J-Lo.
Well, of course, you gotta move on. She's moved on. She's now engaged with Ben, Batman. But like I said, how long, is there a time, should you wait to, show off or whatever? Because, people gonna do the comparison. Like, would you date, J-Lo, or would you date this young lady?
That's right. Yeah, man, I don't know.
Oh man, but it's this. That's a Hugh Hefner move, man. Like, hey, but listen, your boy, the former husband of Megan Good. No, not Megan Good. What's her name? You're married with the preacher. She was a superstar, movie star, actress. Was it Megan?
Yeah, Megan. You're right.
Is it Megan?
You had it right. Yeah.
She was married to what's his name?
Deron.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I appreciate you being nice, because my mind is going blank on this one right here. But he is now telling the world to avoid, women like her.
Oh, really? Do tell, man. Ralph. I hadn't heard that. I'm thinking
he's about to come into, the red pill community.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, I've experienced that. Now I'm going to tell you to avoid these types of women. This is what you should be looking for. So he's probably going to be preaching from Proverbs and saying, hey, get you a woman that meets these characteristics right here.
A virtuous woman.
Yeah, virtuous woman, man. So it's bound to happen, if you want to avoid, ladies out there, if you want to avoid running into men who have become red pill, so you got to start treating them right, because you break one heart, or it goes the wrong way, they find this information and they become red pill, and woo-wee. It's after that is, hey,
Ralph.
It's like George Bush, man. It's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again.
That's
right. Well, Ralph, do me a favor. You mentioned the term, and before I do that, I want to say hey to Raphael, Ralph Boyd, Pam Pettigrew. We got Jackie on. I know
what's going on, fam?
Hopping on. Yeah, if you could share and like, we are the Fly Trap. I'm the fly one. He's the trap, but share, like, hit the hearts. Ralph.
Yes, sir.
Question for you in relationship to that, because you mentioned something. You said red pill, and I know we don't go into much detail on here, but what so the people know what we're talking about. What is red pill?
Red, to me, red pill can be defined in various ways or what have you. But
okay,
red, you got red, blue, and in between is purple.
Yes.
But mostly with red pill, pretty much that the red pill community is teaching guys, about human nature, what to expect from women and some of the nature of women. So they're coming at you with a lot of facts. You know, they would, someone would give you facts about, hey, the divorce rate is 50-50 right now. You get married again, it goes up into the 60s. You get married again, the divorce rate goes up into the 70s. And so they're teaching, young men how to be men, live your purpose, strive to, striving for a better version of yourself, find your purpose. And then once you find your purpose, those women who really like you will show up or what have you. Right. Say, for instance, if you're a young man, 18, 19, 20 years old, and you're just getting started out, the women that are in your age bracket are pretty much going to like older guys, because older guys are making more, they're more established. And as a young man, you're not going to be able to compete with that. So, hey, they're saying, hey, work on your purpose, work on your passion, and 10, 15 years down the road, you will be the one that everyone is pursuing. Now, the negative thing, if I could say, if there was a negative thing about the red pill, is that a lot of people which you run into will have, in the beginning phases of red pill, you'll probably have red pill rage. And I don't want to belittle or insult anyone when I make this comment, but you remember when you first found your savior and you wanted to tell everybody about the savior, your savior. And that is the case. And so when you first find the red pill, you want to tell everyone. You're very argumentative. It's like, this is the way it is. And you haven't really found that tack on how to deliver that information when it comes to the red pill, dealing with human nature, how guys are supposed to be, maintaining your frame, being masculine versus, being in your feminine frame, and those type of things. But it can be defined in so many ways, Isaac. But that's I would say in a limited nutshell, I would say that right there.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
But like I said, you break a man's heart and he ends up finding that information. It is on and popping for that, because he's going to end up finding it, because it's all over. It's all over YouTube. It's all over the internet. Right. Most of the young guys, found Kevin Samuels. He wouldn't say that he was in the red pill or manosphere, but that's pretty much it. The manosphere, is part, right. Part of that. Greg, Coach Adams is, part of that. And some even say Corey Holcomb is, gravitating towards that. A lot of people in the past have linked, what's his name? He passed away, the comedian that passed away.
Bernie Mac?
Wasn't Bernie Mac. It was before Bernie Mac. It's going to come to me, but a lot of comedians are talking some of the red pill, points, but without saying that, red pill. But it's just talking about some of the things, some of the wild things that are going on, like, say, for instance, they say, hey, instead of offering to take someone out on a dinner date, how about getting to know that person first and then taking them out, on a dinner date? Otherwise, this is a free meal, so you just pay for someone a meal just to see whether or not they like you or not. So find out whether or not the person like you, then go out and do some fun things. But
now, Ralph, we got a good question on here. I couldn't skip over this because, of course, I gotta go sleep in the same bed with the person that asked this question. So, but I think it's a good question nonetheless. Is it possible to treat a red pill man good enough for him to settle down?
Is it? It is possible, but it is possible. What I have found is that once someone knows that they have options and they are valued or what have you, they have of value versus, just being a sex object or strictly,
for utility,
your money, or I'm only with you for your resources or what have you. It's like, right. Hey, then if that's the case, then there's so many other options, out there. That there are individuals who are married and then become, red pill. But the crazy thing about that is that once you go red pill, you always know in the back of your mind that that person is going to leave you, what they call monkey branching or what have you. And you have to guard against that from happening. But if it does happen, you take that punch on the chin, take it on the chin, and keep on going.
Yeah, I heard who was it? Alpha Male Strategy. He gave a great explanation. I'm gonna give shout out to you, Ralph. You brought clarity to me, and I think I've mentioned this before about the manosphere, red pill, just the whole demographic of it. Now that I look back as a teenager, 19, 20-year-old, I see some of the phases I went through, because all men, 99% of men have been rejected. We've all had to come up with a way, been brokenhearted, or figured out how to get the girl. How do we get the girl? How do we create ourselves to show value to get a woman? So I didn't know the terminology, but I knew I went through the phases of red pill to have some knowledge in the back of my head. Anyway, but I brought that point up to say Alpha Male Strategies kind of did one point about, once you decide to settle down, from his perspective, and I kind of agree with it, although I don't agree with everything he says, is you're no longer red, you're more in the purple arena, because what's possible. That it could be, monkey branching, what some of the possibilities are, but you're no longer totally red. So that's why I consider myself to be purple, because I do prescribe to a lot of the red pill, but I've made a decision because I got married. So now I can't totally say I'm red pill. So I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm definitely not blue pill. Definitely not. Definitely
like
not.
I said, they like I said, it's a conversation amongst guys that needs to take place. Now, I know that there are some extremes when it comes to the red pill community, what have you. You can get it to where people are talking sense and they have calmed down, from the red pill rage. And then you also have like, hey, listen, man, it's like they'll be the first one to say, hey, be the first one to say, being masculine is not toxic. It's like, for those who say, oh, you being a man, you're being toxic, what have you. Like, nah, like there are times and that needs to come back, as far as being, masculine and, being a man, leading your household, taking charge, being able to protect, yourself, your property, your family, and so forth. And just taking charge, and what it is to take charge. And if you're gonna get married and say, hey, I'm taking care of you, I'm providing shelter, I'm providing this right here, and some would say that is slowly being eroded here in the United States.
It is. Ralph, I love the discussion because, number one, we have children. What are we going to teach our children? I do not. I was having a conversation with Jackie before we came on air. I am not that big on betas. I don't like betas. I know there's a place for them in the world, but let me put it like this. I don't want any of my sons to be betas. So
what's a beta? You brought it up. I got to put the question on you. What's a beta?
So a beta, this is from my perspective. I don't have the clinical definition of it, but this is a man who will always acquiesce. This is a man that will use certain techniques to get a woman, like telling them how beautiful they are, using his persuasion.
What pedalizing?
Yeah.
Put somebody on a pedestal.
Put them on a pedestal. So then, and this may not come out the right way, but I'm gonna say it. In essence, they make the woman the table. She's the table. She's the prize. And everything that he does is to just please her. And in the long run,
it goes one way.
Yeah, it just goes one way. That his whole existence is just trying to maintain and keep that woman. And so every move he makes is what we call beta. He acquiesces, gives her everything she wants. And women tend to not want betas. Women don't want betas. They don't. Women don't want betas. Simp. Somebody said simp. Thank you, Charlotte.
Well, simps. But that's it's like, but like I said, you have to maintain your frame. Some people say, some women say, I don't want that, but that right there is an attractive trait. Women, want to be protected, and they got to know somebody's gonna lead them. Took the words right out of my right out of my mouth with that one right there.
Charlotte said, "Lead me."
But like I said, but that when what person comes to mind when you say simp or beta? What picture? I know this was big, maybe a year plus ago.
Derek Jackson.
He was big on pandering. It's like, listen,
big on pandering.
Listen. There's sometimes you have to tell someone the truth.
Yeah,
it's like you can't get away from that. And he framed it in such a way to where he made I'm not watching his pockets or what have you, but he gained a lot of popularity with telling people what they wanted to hear versus, hey, no, there's another part of the equation, and like, it's not always, happy wife, happy life and stuff like that. Hey, if the man ain't happy, it's not a good look, in that household.
Hey, Ralph, can I give you 3 examples of what I would call beta, and everybody's gonna relate to this.
All right. Number one,
Urkel on Family Matters.
Did I do that?
I mean, he wanted that girl bad. He would just do anything, but it was only until he got his alter ego and started to kind of stand up for himself. Then she wanted him. Number one, Urkel. Number 2, Carlton on The Fresh Prince. Carlton never could figure it out. He was always pandering. But he was always coming up short. He was not
that leads. I'm gonna make a note here. That leads to another discussion I want to bring up too.
Yeah, so Carlton's number 2. And it was only till he got upset. It was an episode he got upset and began to walk in his masculinity. Then he became attractive. Number 3. And he's probably, I would consider him the greatest example of changing from blue to red. Dwayne Wayne on A Different World.
Yeah, I think there was a scene in the apartment where he had he just got fed up. He said, he said what he said, and she even liked him more for standing his ground or what have you.
And then the most famous scene is when he showed up at the wedding.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, woman, you don't want him. You want me. I'm the one you want."
He did a Shaquille O'Neal did his move, but she ended up getting married. But
yeah, she ended up getting married. But Whitley, of course, didn't get married, and in the midst of her parents and all that saying you should marry this guy, it's only until he became really attractive to her when he stood up and stood his ground and came out of being a beta. Mm-hmm. So those are just 3 famous examples. And if you notice, if you got sons and if you got daughters, would you want your daughter to date a beta? And the only reason I bring that up, I don't want any of my sons to be betas. I want them to be, walk in their masculinities, maintain their frame. Is 3 things, Ralph. They got to provide, they got to protect, and they got to create. So most alphas, what I would say, most men who walk in their frame, they do those 3 things. I wouldn't want my daughter to date a man that couldn't provide, couldn't protect, and couldn't create. I mean, and if he's doing those 3 things, he's gonna lean towards more of the red pill because he's gonna be more of who he's supposed to be. So I wouldn't want my daughter to marry a beta. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want any of my daughters.
You have an advantage of me. You have daughters. I have boys, and so I agree with you. I wouldn't want them to be out there simping, just throwing away their money and not being strategic with their approach to this thing called life and dating and so forth. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Say, hey, maintain your frame. Don't be a pushover. My grandmother once told me, man, when you bite your tongue, it hurts. So say what you got to say versus
Yeah.
like, well, you should say it in a nicer tone or whatever. It's like it's the same way, you're not gonna like it in a nicer tone anyway either. So if it's the truth is the truth,
But it seems like the roles are being reversed and men aren't standing on what they mean. I mean, most of the think about your granddaddy, Ralph, or even your father, or you. Those were men when they said something. Your uncles, our elders, older pastors, when they said something, they meant that darn thing. They was not budging. They were standing their ground. They were standing firm in their beliefs. We're now in a time where I don't think men know what they believe. They don't know what they're standing on. And so I think it's just crucial for men to understand, when you were talking earlier about red pill, it does help men clarify and hold them accountable to some principles. And I think the number one principle is find your purpose, get your program together, and start working towards becoming a better version of yourself. That's if women or if the marketplace doesn't get that, the main thing that red pill does is it encourages and wants men to find your purpose and hold yourself accountable to being a better version of yourself.
Now we have Charlotte saying, "I love it, but it's not like that for this new generation."
Ooh.
Now, with that being said, with the new generation, is it something that is being, I don't know, I don't want to say it like that, but breeded out of us, or we have a lot of households that do not have a male figure in there, and these guys are being raised by one frame, the feminine frame or what have you. The masculine part is not there. Is that leading to this generational shift?
Yeah, I think so, Ralph. And you and I both admit although I had both parents in the house, most of my influence comes from my mother. She seems to have been the more impactful in some ways, but I gotta give an apology to Big Isaac. So in my family, I'm Little Isaac. I mean, 50-year-old man. If I get in amongst my dad's people, he's Big Isaac, I'm Little Isaac. I'm bigger than my dad. I'm taller than my dad. I probably outweigh him by a little bit, but he's Big Isaac, I'm Little Isaac. So you never shake some of those titles. But one of the things he did teach me, he didn't teach me a lot. So this is why I'm making a little bit of an apology. Number one, I got his DNA. So, my dad was a brawler, so I got that trait from him. Number two, he had a tremendous, and he still does. He has a tremendous work ethic, and it's amazing. I feel like I got a tremendous work ethic and got it from him. But when I was about 10 years old, we used to stack wood, chop wood, stack wood, do a lot of farming stuff, and he would always say, "Hey, I need all this stuff chopped and stacked by the time I get home. I got some things I need to do." And he said, "You don't want to find out if this doesn't get done, what'll happen." Ralph, I never found out. I don't know. It was just the words he said and the way he looked at me made me think, man, this is gonna be the end of life itself. So some people might say that's harsh, but it started to create a work ethic and a persistence and a resiliency in me that only he could have helped create in me as a man. So I think that's beneficial. Older men can teach younger men. And I think it's important for us to note that most men don't get that influence directly in their homes. We're being so heavily influenced to be nicer, to be a softer version of ourselves. And I think
you get kicked out of school just for being a boy. It's like, I'm like, man, like, it's expected that boys are gonna do these things, and like you get kicked out of school, for that, just being a boy. You can't sit still in this, still in the seat. Put them put them on medication, get them out of my class, put them in special ed or whatever. But just being a boy.
Just being a boy.
And then, like I said, you have a lot. Speaking of that, you have a lot. I've seen a lot of things on my feed or what have you, where it's only celebrating one gender. and you got the the black girl magic, this is that. But if the numbers are telling you this, like you gotta include both sexes in those classes and those forms and those activities that you're doing. If you look at the numbers are not saying the girls, it's like the boys are, the numbers are saying the boys are having these difficulties by what, third grade?
Yes.
By third grade, you already know whether or not that person is going to make it in, the boys are losing out. So you have to include both gender. Don't make it a gender thing to where you excluding the other, from the activity. Both genders need these things that you are teaching. So I've seen some moms doing these gender things, and they got boys just leaving the boys behind and go volunteer and build these other programs up, but forget their boys.
Forget the boys.
And
it creates scenarios.
What about my son?
Yeah, what about my son? And guess what? My son is going to be the market for somebody's daughter. So it all comes full circle. We got to create better men, because those men are going to marry our daughters.
Or not marry your daughter.
That's true. That's true.
Or if not doing those things, they're going to skip over her.
Now, Ralph, I'm veering into another subject.
Go ahead,
we'll have people like Becca. Miss Becca Curtin, she proposed. She proposed to the guy. She proposed, Ralph.
Wait. I'm lost.
Okay, so the Bachelorette, the show The Bachelorette is on ABC. It's been running for a long time, and one of the recent participants, Miss Becca Curtin, she got engaged. She got engaged to a man named Thomas Jacobs. And how that, Ralph, how that normally happens, man, they get close, say, hey, I love you too. You want to spend the rest of your life. The man gets down on one knee, he's got a ring, proposes. Boom.
Boom.
She took this in her own hand. She said, hey, I want you to be my husband.
Now, if that happens, with old dude be considered a simp or a beta? Was that right there?
That's beta. That's straight beta.
That's a beta.
A
show like that, man. It's like one woman, and you got around about 20 dudes vying for her attention. It just doesn't, feel right, man. It's like
don't feel right.
It does. It's like, right. Man, it's like it just don't sit right. It just don't sit right, man. It's like,
but you know why, Ralph?
Yeah.
Why is that beta? Men from a young age have to be, not number one, self-aware. You have to be aware of where you rank. You have to be able to read women. You have to be able to read young ladies. Like, did he not have enough awareness to? Yeah, he said yeah. He said yeah. Like, that's a role that a man is supposed to know, and he should have enough awareness to say, hey, this is going somewhere. Like, why did it take for her to be aware of it? So now it puts her in the driver's seat to say, normally it said, hey, I married this person proposed. Now he say, yeah, she proposed.
Oh, they're married now?
Her. They're engaged. They're engaged. They got married yet. So, but she did propose. And Ralph, it's starting a trend, Ralph. It is a trend. I don't know if it's going to catch on.
According to my research department and Uncle Earl, that's not going to work. So I'm going to take it that they're not going to get married, or if they get married, it's going to end within the first 7 years.
Ralph, I'm laughing. Charlotte Swiner says, she will never submit. that might have been a line of the night, Ralph, right there. She will never submit. Why say you, Charlotte? Tell us, why won't she submit? We just want to hear your perspective from a woman. We just two guys chewing on the fat. I mean, I think we got some thoughts about why she would never submit, but she will never submit.
She's in a masculine frame. If she's the one proposing.
Yes. Now, women may hint or allude to it, but men should pick up those cues. And if that's something if that's somebody they truly want to be with, spend the rest of their life with, be monogamous with, then if as they're getting those cues, then they should be preparing for it. Sounds like she was prepared. Wait,
now, like, I got to hear the cue. The cues like, yeah, I'm getting up in age. I'm ready to have kids.
Yeah,
you the one. I can see myself with you 5 years from now, 20 years from now. And it's like, okay, and we've had that talk. If I do it publicly, she's not going to turn me down and try to get one of these, become a TikTok star or something like that.
Man, we get some comments on this one, Ralph. Miss Beverly says, I don't think that will work out. Love it. Thank you for commenting, Beverly.
I don't know if a woman asks to marry me, it's like, man, that's nice, but that just gives me an opportunity to say no. Like, not gonna happen. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, drop the hint and let him take the lead. I mean, but if
cook me some mashed potatoes with gravy with no lumps in it or something, like, oh yeah, she cooking my favorite meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I don't know what he was thinking or not thinking. I mean, pretty much he's following her lead, and I think she may get tired of him. Most of the time the younger generation would say that becomes boring and not captivated, and she had to lead him somewhere.
I'm getting bored.
Yeah, getting bored.
She's out of there. What have you? Now, we're gonna have a show. We're gonna have a show about that one day. How to keep that flame going.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can do that over or something. Maybe that can lead into some of the things we're gonna be doing later on this year. But how do you keep that?
But I don't like
going?
this, Ralph. I don't like this trend. I think men should be aware. Another little story kind of ties to this. We got women proposing, and then also we see this.
Ooh! I know you're getting ready to go. I know where you get ready to go.
We got Ricky Williams.
Former running back.
No,
he's
I'm
out.
sorry. We can't call him Ricky Williams, running back from Texas, played with the New Orleans Saints, played with the Miami Dolphins. I mean, tough guy.
That wouldn't happen if he played for the Cowboys.
Maybe not. He stayed in the NFL probably 8 or 9 years. 5 days ago, Mr. Ricky himself.
He's always been out there on the ledge or whatever.
Yeah. He likes edibles and things like that. He's living this minimalist life at times. He made a lot of money. So
his brain is fried or something, allegedly.
Ricky Williams takes on the last name of his wife, Miss Lania. See if I can pronounce this right. Miss Lania Myron. Lania Myron. He took her last name. Blasphemous, Ralph.
As someone asked me years ago, what is you doing? What is
Ralph,
you
got something.
What is you doing?
What you got on the recorder for that? What you got? Man, it's blasphemous, Ralph.
Yeah, that
blasphemous.
Right there, that's I don't know.
Yeah,
what is doing?
He took her last name.
It's like, what is it? You just dumb. Oh man, I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing on that right there.
Yeah, that's deplorable. But he took her last name. I don't even know the reason why he did that, but definitely
somebody done told you wrong, huh?
I wish, Martin. I wish somebody told me wrong. But this is starting to trend, Ralph. This is starting to trend. A good friend of ours, Ralph, friend that we both know, I won't say the name, put a post out one time about should I take on my husband's last name? And that's starting to become controversial. You keep your name, I keep my name. Then what name will the kids have? I mean, the naming is important.
Charlotte is on fire tonight, man. Like, is she taking him from his father?
His father, yeah. She creating her own legacy. She said, "Man, forget you." She creating her own legacy. So I just think,
man, that's
disappointing that you would create another generation of simps.
I am at a loss of words.
Yes, she took on his name. I mean, he took on her name, and I don't know why. Maybe he smoked one too many. Yeah, but we want men to be men. I think that's the what do we do here, Ralph? Ralph, we got women proposing. We got men taking women's last names. We got Bobby Brown doing a kissing and telling.
Name
Man, Ralph,
dropping.
what? Ralph. Okay, Ralph. I'll be right back.
All right, fam. Listen here. I appreciate the comments, man. Listen, thank you all for watching once again. Be sure to share, like, and comment in the section below. Man, this is my favorite time of year. Sorry, Beverly, let me get your comment off of there so I can have that. The Jump Rope Challenge 2022. The Jump Rope Challenge 2022 is our fight against cardiovascular disease. Cardiovascular, someone dies from cardiovascular disease every 37 seconds. And so before the coronavirus, took place, cardiovascular disease was the leading cause of death in the United States and basically in the world. This place where Isaac and I, we're in the South, and so we're considered to be in what they call the stroke belt. Strokes are part of, or is considered one of the many forms of cardiovascular disease, and so there are more strokes in the stroke belt than any other place in the United States and basically any in the world. And in our location, we have certified stroke centers here in our location, and that is telling you that, hey, y'all are not exercising and doing right, and so we're going to make some money off of y'all because y'all are not taking care of yourselves. And so the Jump Rope Challenge is committing to jumping rope a minimum of 10 minutes per day for 30 consecutive days. The jump rope is a full body workout, and it burns more calories than any other aerobic activity out there. Activity out there. So you're going to burn the calories, and if you do it just right by staying in communication with your primary healthcare provider, eating healthier, and consuming a diet that is beneficial for you in the long run, you're going to see some great results in the first 30 days. But like I said, we don't want you to do it for 30 days. We want you to make this a lifestyle. So go beyond 30 days. If you can do more than 10 minutes, then do more than 10 minutes. If you can't do 10 minutes, then break it up into smaller intervals until you accumulate 10 minutes. The Jump Rope Challenge. I love it. Man, listen, when I first started doing the Jump Rope Challenge, in the first week, I lost between 5 and 6 pounds.
Yes, sir.
And my testimony and why I am continuing to doing it, this is our 4th year doing the Jump Rope Challenge. There have been many Jump Rope Challenges out there throughout the states, throughout the United States, but this is my baby, and I'm encouraging everyone to stay fit, from this point on. And I will tell you, if it wasn't for the Jump Rope Challenge and adding jump rope to my workout routine, I would probably still be on hypertensive medication. I'm no longer on hypertensive medication thanks to my doctor and eating healthier and being in the gym every so often. It is my routine. It's part of my life. Isaac, what say you? You good with that?
I love it. Ralph, I've been a part of it for last year and this year. My story was significantly overweight, and it was part of my regimen. Lost 50 pounds, and so still maintaining, still moving forward. And I don't know what my weight loss and my health would have been like without the Jump Rope Challenge. Ralph, I got a question for you in relationships.
Yes,
where can someone find a t-shirt? Where can we get a t-shirt?
I'm working on that. I'll be working with Shonda and Same Day Printing. See if we can get those shirts out. We have a great design, for this year. As you saw the logo on the screen or what have you. Great shirt, great feel. And like I said, it's a great souvenir to have. A great souvenir to have when you're working out. Also, man, listen here. One of our sponsors tonight is Baybo
Wow.
360.
Yes.
Man, that's a beautiful logo right there. Man, if I'm not mistaken, they have a wide variety of fragrances, oils, and man, listen here. To have Isaac call me up and just have a conversation on the direction that Baybo 360 is going and what they're offering their customers. Woo-wee.
Oh yeah.
Some great gifts for dads, birthday gifts, and so forth from Baybo, 360. Also, want to give a shout out to Chris C Magic Beats. He's the one that did our intro for the show. He did it last year, and he offered us some more beats, which will go on his album coming out later on this year. So much prop to him with that. Also, Marriage 360. If you have not gone to their page and liked their page and are following them, inboxing them on advice regarding relationships and marriage and keeping your marriage fresh, preparing yourself to get married and be a part of the marriage community, you're shortchanging yourself. Are y'all still doing the Enneagram for free?
Yeah, the first session is free. It's a consultation, and then moving forward, there's a fee after that. Ralph, several people are asking, "Hey, what's up with the hat?" Well, Ralph mentioned at the beginning, and I apologize. First of all, Ralph, I apologize to you. We have a standard to set here at the Fly Trap, and we didn't set that standard.
You're gonna end up sweating before the show is out.
I know it's summertime, but I brought this hat out because anytime the culture is on fire, and we got Bobby Brown cutting up, we got Ricky Williams cutting up, we got John Gray cutting up, we got Monique and DL Hughley cutting up. Man, I should have came with a hat, and so this is the hat that I'm gonna wear the rest of the show. If I start sweating, Jackie's gonna get me a towel. But the culture is inferno. And so anytime it's doing this with stories and with cultural things happening, I will wear a hat. Sorry, I did not come on with that.
Yes, sir. Man, like I said, there's some other topics out there with what's going on in the culture. Shannon Sharp is being targeted for his comments that he said about LeBron James's son and who he took to the prom.
Oh, Uncle Shay Shay?
Yeah, Uncle Shay Shay is under fire right now. It's like, listen.
Ooh, and LeBron is his boy.
Basically it's like be with somebody that's gonna make you happy. If they're gonna make you happy, it doesn't matter, their race or color, what have you. And just be happy, happy for that person. And they came after him.
They came for
his preference or who he's currently dating or whatever. It's like, listen, leave the man alone. Wow. Like, listen, if that person is making you happy, then you roll with that person. Like, listen, like love does not have a color.
It does not have a color. I promise you.
It's green.
It's green.
It's money.
Oh, they came for the love of money. That's disappointing. That's disappointing that the culture would come for.
They're out to him, man. It's like, and they're out there giving examples like you're harder on the guys when they choose to date someone outside of their race or what have you. But it's like, but it didn't come up when what's her name, the vice president of the Supreme Court justice that was just elected elected to the Supreme Court. And they even talk about Maya Angelou. I did not know that about Maya Angelou with her first two husbands or what have you. And it's like, wow, no one made mention of that, just kept it kept it hush hush or whatever. But but let a guy of well, I guess quote unquote high value do that, then people are all upset and all up in arms or what have you with their selection. Like, listen, if that person makes you happy, then roll with it, man. Roll with it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Ralph, I would be remiss if I didn't say this.
Yes, sir.
I think this is very important. If your pastor is caught on Facebook, TV, Instagram, YouTube, showing his Johnson, don't let that be your pastor no more. That's just too provocative. And so that's my encouragement. If your pastor's showing his Johnson and it gets revealed, listen, he can't be your pastor no more.
Man, listen, obviously I'm in the dark on this one right here because that's a low road topic, and I would have taken that and run with it.
We got to have a standard, Ralph, else everybody be showing their Johnson. And or what
by accident, or was it's a purposeful thing? Like, did it on purpose?
Well, it's part of his regular routine. And of course, he was dealing with a 304. You know, when you're dealing with a 304, sometimes those things can happen. Only reason I bring it up, John happens to be married. And allegedly, he's doing.
Yeah, you got to put that allegedly. You know, we can't be canceled, man.
Yeah, can't be canceled. So allegedly, but he did admit, made a statement. He's seeking help and therapy, and we send prayers to his family. That's the other reason is your kids could see your Johnson on some of these sites and stuff. So that's just a bad look, man. You recording this stuff. I mean,
he got receipts. Allegedly got receipts.
Oh yeah, there's some receipts now. Oh, there's some receipts.
That's sloppy.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Allegedly that's sloppy.
Yeah.
Making it harder for the rest of us. Because did you know that the percentage of cheating goes up after you get a haircut?
What?
Yeah, man. According to my research department in Uncle Earl, as soon as you leave that chair, after getting a haircut, you're going to cheat. So,
wow. Yeah. How much does the percentage go up, Ralph?
It's high. Your confidence, like sometimes when I go to my barber, my confidence is very low. But then I leave there, and I feel like a good haircut. Shout out to Shannon, Shannon the barber, whatever, and Shannon the barber. I really appreciate you, man. But the moment I stand out the chair, it feels like I'm putting on a new suit, like a superhero, man. I was like, that's how much confidence I have,
That's a good point.
I say at least 37%, man. So ladies, after your man go get a haircut, you got to be right there with him. It's like, hey, let's go get something to eat, watch him.
I'll just say this, Ralph. I usually shave myself and, shape myself up and stuff. And I never make it out of the bedroom. You just proved the point. I just can't
I got, what? I got a feeling. I ain't gonna lie. I got a feeling that once you shave, you're using this right here.
Oh man, I'm telling you. It's amazing. I'm like, what? Why does this keep happening at the same time? So I do it deliberately now.
So you got some splaining to do.
Hey,
but listen, that's what happens when I wear this right here, the King's Blend. Also one of our sponsors tonight is the King's Blend. So be sure to go to Denori LLC. That's DENORI LLC. Go to their page, like the page. Even check out their website for fresh body butters, beard balms, and they have a wide variety of fragrances. And one of the fragrances that we all like is the Creed Virgin Island Water.
Yes,
our version of Creed Virgin Island Water. Man, listen, you put this on right here, it feels like you're on vacation. It puts you in that mood immediately. So be sure to check out Denori.
Ralph, I'm gonna take my hat off.
Yeah, you're about to start sweating, man. They also, beard bonds. Check out the beard bonds for your fathers and your man of your life. The Tubac and leather, man. I tell you, that is a great fragrance, and it will have your man smelling good. So be sure to check out Denori. Go and like the page, Denori LLC, here on Facebook and Instagram. Check them out.
Ralph, is it currently, would you say, the number one scent? Because we've done some research.
Which one? VIW?
VIW. Because at Baybo, we twisted it, made it unique. And I don't care if you're 16 or if you're 60. It seems to be trending. The variations of that is the number one scent at Baybo 360. Does that happen to be this consensus at Denori?
Oh yeah, it's for us. It's running neck and neck. We got three that are running neck and neck right now. We got Tuscan Leather,
Okay,
VIW, which is Creed Virgin Island Water, Body Bomb, and we also have Baccarat Rouge 540. Yeah. I mean, like we sell that by the case.
Yeah.
We sell that by the case, and so we're now in the Big Easy.
Watch out,
the Big Easy, yeah, the Big Easy. I'm looking forward to that relationship with the Big Easy. Baccarat Rouge, very sophisticated smell, very sophisticated smell. And for the ladies, listen, ladies, I don't want to let you know what, I can't hold water, man. I'm just like Bobby.
Go ahead, tell it, Ralph. Tell it.
We have two new fragrances coming. Are you ready?
Oh, come on, give it to us.
Marshmallow and French vanilla. And
I love French vanilla.
Buttercream and vanilla.
Sounds delicious.
Man, listen here. I thought that, at one point in time, which it still is, we got a strong following for our pineapple body butter. But I'm not even gonna say but, and this one right here puts you in the mind of that, because with the pineapple body butter, the first thing you want to do when your lady puts on that pineapple body butter is that you want to take a bite of her. So ladies, if you buy the pineapple and you put that pineapple on, your man, you have to be careful with, because your man will bite you wherever that pineapple is laying on your skin. That's our warning. So if you put it on the back of your neck, then he's gonna go out the back of your neck. But when you look at the buttercream and vanilla that is coming out later on this week, oh man, vanilla is an aphrodisiac.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's in the family of rose, jasmine, vanilla. It's like one of the number one fragrances that is out there.
I love it.
Yeah, man. Like, hey man, let me. How come you didn't tell me, man?
What's that?
How can you tell me? I thought that I ate a good meal last week, and like how you fall asleep because you eat a good meal.
Yes, sir.
And I put a post out there. How come nobody ain't ever told me that lavender will put you to sleep? Ain't nobody told me that, man. It's like, I'm up here, I don't ran out of the bomb that I know, I normally like, and I'm gonna put on. I said, you know what? There's a hockey puck right there. There's the hockey puck. The hockey puck had lavender.
Okay.
Straight lavender. I mean, like it's not that watered down lavender, like different fragrance or whatever. It was straight essential oil lavender. And I put that thing on, and it ruined, I wouldn't say it ruined my weekend, but I fell asleep. And I mean Isaac, I went into one of those sleeps to where that little line doop 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 doop, whatever. I don't even know what you call it, REM or something like that. I mean, I was in a deep sleep, and I have not slept like that in years.
Yeah, Ralph.
Years. Ain't nobody told me nothing about that, man. But but that lavender, that lavender body butter, we have that on the Nori website.
Man, I got to get me some, Ralph.
And I mean, like it was I'm like, darn, I've been sleeping on that, for all my life, man. I'm like, I didn't know it'd take out all your stress. I wasn't paying attention to none of that stuff, man. I was like, man, but somebody put me on game on that. It's like, you're selling that on your website. I'm like, what? And there it is right there. Didn't even know yeah. I just thought it was a code or something. People just saying, yeah, lavender, do lavender. I'm like, I'm darn near almost 50 years old, and that thing knocked me out, man. I was like, it knocked me out. I was like, man, I felt like a baby, man.
What I found is Denori has some of the best quality in the products. We first used it with our godson Landon. He had a little bit of dry skin and some things going on, and it moisturized, brought his skin back to life. had a little bit of eczema going on, cleared it right up. So, you know, I have believed in the product from day one, and it's phenomenal. The quality, the care, the detail that goes into what the folks over there at Denori are doing,
Yeah,
Ralph,
man.
is just second to
Listen, I appreciate you sharing that story, because that was that the body butter and the skin balms that we provide has what we call linoleic acid in it.
none.
Linoleic acid is another name for linoleic acid is vitamin F.
Okay.
It is, I would equate it to skin crack. It is something that your body cannot produce, and because your body cannot produce it, it needs that moisture in the skin, and that moisture, or those things that the combination of ingredients helps to bring that moisture to the skin and maintain that moisture. And so those of us, we can't make any medical claims or what have you, but we have had, that's, stories like you with, that you shared with Landon, people who are just keep it on the recycle. Like every month they're buying another hockey puck to, to keep their skin, moisturized, especially going into the summer months. And so if you're not careful about the soaps that you're using, or the change in temperature, or the detergent that you're using, then you're going to have these flare-ups, with your skin, problems with your dry skin. And
Right.
but the crazy thing about the Denori products, Isaac, is that it applies to all skin types, whether it's oily, dry, normal, or a combination. It's going to benefit, those individuals. And I'm excited to be a part of Denori, to where we have that formula to put that out there. But yeah, Denori.
Love it.
Yeah.
Boy.
Is that someone, who was that? Charlotte asked, do we have any floral scents? Oh yeah, we have 1 dozen roses. We had this go on there and just, take a look at what we have, and we'll ship it, first thing, and get that to you. Free shipping.
And Ralph, we've learned a lot from the Denori company, and one of the things we're putting is that our scents are inspired. They're inspired by Bacla Rouge, or they're inspired by Creed. Virgin Island water. It's been inspired. We put a twist on it, twist it up, make it put a special formula in it. One of the announcements I'd like to make, Charlotte said put the link down, Ralph. If you can put the link in the chats.
Doing it right now.
Is that we are coming out this Friday, Ralph, with an agreement all.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
Agreement all for couples. Yes. Found not only a scent, but a oil that's symbolic. And so it's a good thing you can do to come into agreement with your significant other. And so most couples will like this. It's nothing new. A lot of couples have been doing this for a while, but it's something unique about our oil. It's got a awesome fragrance. If you do use most prayer oils or agreement oils, the smell's not that great. It's not a great smell. And but something that's unique about the Babo 360 agreement oil is that it has a terrific scent. So something that you want to rub in your hands, something that you want to grab your mate and come into agreement. So that's probably one of the most difficult things for couples, is to find a touching point and come into agreement. So that's why we created the oil. It's inspired for symbolic and spiritual significance. And then after you pray, then use our massage oil and then come all the way together.
So you know what, Isaac? If I'm not mistaken, it was perfect. You know what I'm going to say, man. Oh man. All right. I gotta give you props on the comedic timing of your statement almost a year ago. It's like, what is your love language? Oh yeah, my love language is touch. So that's all I'm gonna say, man. It's like, so I will be getting my you said Friday.
The bottle is unique. We put some thought into this one, Ralph, as we always do. But this is a unique bottle.
So wait. So I have to have a partner, or I can just use it myself.
Well, it's encouraged that you do it with a significant other. So if you have somebody
it's sundress season, so hey,
yeah, come on.
We're 2 months away from tryouts, so this is a great opportunity to try out for
get on Ralph's program.
Like it's gonna be on the shelf. It's gonna be on the shelf. So hey, it's gonna be ready. But like it's in arm's length. Be like, all right, like got my guitar right here and got my my oil on the other side.
Yeah,
that's what's up. But congratulations to Baybo 360 for the new fragrance, the new oil.
You seem a little apprehensive. You didn't have the same tone because I keep seeing shipments going out for the massage oil. It just keeps recurring. You were very excited about the massage oil. You don't seem to have the same enthusiasm about this.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, y'all, he don't have the same enthusiasm. That massage oil, he sees the benefits, he sees the need and the point of the massage oil, y'all, but he does not seem to have the same energy for the agreement oil.
Listen, man, listen. All right, what's the topic for tonight? All right, man, but this, what. But like I said, congratulations once again. Drop the link in the comment section.
Yes, sir.
How they can go get this on Friday. Yeah. Looking forward to this because you and I talked about it, and you talked about I've Isaac and I, we talk outside the show multiple times throughout the week, and as always he's calling with excitement. And this last conversation that we had regarding the launch of this line right here, the excitement was there, and it was like a 10 the entire conversation. It's like you found your lane with this one right here, and yeah. I'm excited. I wouldn't be nothing else other than excited, for this particular product. That's all.
Ralph, can you tell the people our concept, about all ships, right? How's it go about all tides?
The tide raises all ships.
Raises all ships, and also we have a Wu-Tang Clan philosophy.
Man, I hope they have another season coming up, man, because that was an awesome TV show.
Oh man, this is great.
And in the circle, like we're gonna be a part of a lot of other people's circles, and people are going to be a part of ours, where people selling books, selling all kind of products, what have you, collaborating with other shows, doing speaking events. And I will tell you, I finished my bio.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you and Jackie on that. I finally finished that Joker, and man, look at here. It took me forever because I'm like, I guess, perfectionist. And then when I send it to you, I'm gonna have to send it to you again because I'm gonna go back and make some additions or corrections. But with that, everybody on the team wins.
That's right.
And if you're familiar with how the Wu-Tang Clan got big and was very big during that time frame, they were in the hip hop, and even to this day they're very big. Like all the parts were moving, and when they came together, everyone wins. And so if I get to the top floor before Isaac and Jackie, I'm going to send that elevator down so they can come up there with me. Or better yet, as I'm rising, they're rising, and vice versa. As they're rising, I'm right there with them. And that's the part of the team, and there are no selfish parts in that team.
That's right.
Just realize that when someone else is shining, God is shining on them right now, and just giving you time to get your parts together so that you can shine when your time comes. And then that's what we do, and that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to be doing here, here on out. And so this ride that we're on right now, even Isaac, he got a little tired, saying, I need to take a break. Like, for what? We ain't there yet. We'll rest when we get there, and then when we get there, we'll start on another venture. It's almost like that. One of the quotes I had on my page a while back, several weeks ago, several days ago, said, "The top of one mountain is the bottom of the next." That's how we're going to be traveling on this. Like I said, in the meantime, y'all go out and check out Dr. Claude Anderson's one of his books, Powernomics. Check out that. That's a good read for the summer. Powernomics, to where how does this thing work? How get our culture back to of glory or what have you.
That's right.
Yes, sir. But that's what we are. So congratulations. You got your product coming out. I got mine coming out. And so hey, we may have to meet up, say, barter on that day. Barter on that day. Because man, because I know how it smells. I know how it smells. And just listening to you talk about how it smelled once you got it and once you put it together. Man, listen, you sound like a poet.
It's a kid, like being a kid in the candy store when certain companies make the drop and we get in the lab. Boy, it's so fun, Ralph. Exactly. You didn't tell me it was gonna be this fun.
Yeah, man. Like, and if I have had an opportunity to see the lab, to see the Baybo 360 lab, and I'm very impressed. And I was like, man, I got to get my game. Going. I'm just right here. But Isaac, before we cut out of here, man, is there anything you would like to throw out there, regarding our topic, chewing the fat? Is there anything we can put out there before exiting the show?
I'm going to encourage everybody to share. First of all, join up with the Fly Trap. We got a page. The next thing is realize what we're talking about is specific to men and women. We of course advocate for men. We're having a conversation between two guys. One is single, one is married, but all of our topics filter out to women, to how does it affect our culture. Share our page, share what we're doing, because tonight's topic, we come up with a concept, but we see how tonight, if men continue to be betas, it's going to hurt our culture. If men aren't aware of their purpose, stay in their frame, and make sure they create a program for women, then that's what women will be offered. And guess what? Women don't want that. Women want strong men. And so it all ties together. And so we're just trying to reclaim our share of the market. This channel, what we do is for the culture, but it's to get people to be aware of some things that are going on in the culture. And so there may be some things you don't agree with. Cool. Me and Ralph don't agree on everything, but we still respect each other's perspective. So we just encourage you to think about what we're saying. And if you don't agree, just think about it. And if you don't, put a comment up. We want to engage our followers. So I love doing this. We've been probably the most consistent show in the upstate. We may be preparing for syndication.
Yeah, man.
But we've been consistent in 2 years? Almost 2 years. We've only missed maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And
man, that was my bad, man. I had COVID, man, or the flu, something was going on. That was my bad, man.
But man, the consistency is phenomenal. The number one reason we can do what we do is we enjoy talking and chopping it up, cutting through it. But also we like to hear your comments. So we enjoy it because you're here. So we encourage you to continue to do that. And if you see some betas out there, turn them our way so we can get them on the right path.
There's nothing else for me to add on that, but ditto, man. I really appreciate that, man. Who's gonna win the series, man? Golden State or Boston?
Golden State in 5.
Golden State in 5.
This is the Steph Curry era.
They got Clay back too, so hey,
Clay back. They got Jordan Poole. He's a rookie. He's up and coming. You got the cat that came out of Minnesota, Kevon Looney. I mean, they're deep. And of course, Draymond Green. I just think, of course, I don't like Boston either. So, but being a Laker fan, but I just think too much experience. They got too many weapons to hit you with. I think Golden State in 5.
Yeah, I think they should have swept Dallas.
Oh yeah,
they should have swept. I think that was one of the things where they wanted to celebrate at home versus at Dallas. And that's just my take on that, man. They just had this. It was too much. And so I'm thinking that's going to be the case with Boston. So I'm going to say 6. I'm going to say 6.
6, yeah. You know, they used to have an old saying, they're gonna let it go 6 so they can make more money. So
yeah, that's the thing. You're like, who wants to risk it in the game 7? Like, too much on the line. So they're gonna just go ahead and roll over those guys. It's not their year. So it's another Golden State year.
Oh yeah, another Golden State year. Maybe next year, Boston.
Maybe next year. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
All right, man. Isaac, as always, man, I appreciate you, man.
Same here.
Stay healthy until we see you again, and good luck on the lunch on Friday. We will be talking. We probably be swapping products this week or what have you. Any pop-ups going on this week?
No, we're actually headed to Savannah. We're going with 14 or 15 other couples.
Oh yeah, you did talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going with them and just having a good time. So we'll get to experiment a little bit and see what some of the feedback is from the agreement all. And then June the 24th and 25th we'll be in Indianapolis speaking at a conference. And one more little announcement. I don't know if it's not too early. The 3rd or 4th week in October, Ralph and I'll be part of helping to bring Mimosa Moments to the upstate. Yeah, Ralph was a panelist at Mimosa Moments for the inaugural in Charleston, and Dr. Z wants to bring it to the upstate. And so got some great things going. Working on a venue right now, but we will have some announcements coming out shortly. But just want to make all of our singles, all the people who are in relationships, if you want to work through some issues, if you want to understand the dating arena, we're going to have some expert panelists on there. Somebody on the other side of this screen is going to be on there.
Oh, I'm a panelist this year. Oh man. You know what? This time around, I'm excuse me, I'm not going to drink that many mimosas ever again. It's like, and that thing snuck up on me, man. I was like, man, it's orange juice, man. Orange juice and champagne. Like, I can take this, but man, it was like, oh man, it's hot. It's hot in here, man. It's like, it's hot in here. It's hot in here. Oh, the room is moving. Let me sit down. Right. Let me sit down, gather my thoughts or whatever. But definitely had a great time at the last one. The food was great. The camaraderie with the panelists, the feedback from the audience, the questions that were thrown out there, the information that you were providing. I was like the 1-2 punch, boom, 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 boom. Great vendors, that were there. And then, like I said, because of the location where it was located last October, it left room to go and enjoy the scenery of Chucktown, the holy city. And so I definitely had a great time. Looking forward to this one this year, and looking forward to the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, family, we are out. We will see you next week, next Tuesday at 9:00. Peace out.
Peace.